Of an action underway. An early obstruction going against Gembrook Cockatoo. So Crowley with ball in hand. Off to Nagel. So they're inside the attacking third early. Rachel Williams with a couple of 1-2 passes. And here's an early opportunity for Jess Elms. Off to Briley O'Neill. So can Brodie Smith affect the shot at goal? No, she can't. So Gembrook Cockatoo off to a good start with the first goal of the game. So Krista Tomlinson out of the centre, wasting no time there to Anson. Back to Tomlinson, looks for Woodrow, finds her. Woodrow palms off to Mackenzie Fox, who's got the most goals scored for Emerald this season. Missed a couple of early opportunities, but Woodrow on the other side of the post does convert and gets the first goal for the Bombers. So 1 goal apiece early days in the match of the round. Williams out to Miles. Miles with a long drive, and it's a good one in the end to O'Neill. Couple of 1-2 passes with Williams. Comes back to Mary Miles and finds Briley O'Neill as Gembrook Cockatoo's leading goal scorer this season. 6th overall in Premier Division, but can't find the goals there. So Smith to Tomlinson. Finds Paget, who's starting in goal defence. Good short pass. Finds Anson. Woodrow can line up the goals offline. So Stacey Woodrow already got 1 goal in the afternoon. This for goal number 2. Looks pretty good, and she converts. Here we go. It's an early break for the Bombers. 2 goals to 1 they lead. So Tomlinson out of the centre to Mac Fox. Passes affected slightly, but Alice Paget mops it up, but pass a little bit too wide and trickles out of play. Gembrook Cockatoo can get the ball moving out of defence. Lesky. Short, long drive, good one. Williams, O'Neill. Short pass is a good one, can go short to Miles, and that's exactly where she goes. Miles. Pass is nearly affected. And here is Briley O'Neill. So it's a good feed from Rachel Williams. O'Neill doesn't convert, but Jess Elms will convert. And evens the ledger. So 2 goals apiece early days in the match of the round. So they can work it around here. Gembrook Cockatoo, Crowley. Short pass, good one to Nagel. Williams, Miles. Puts him inside the attacking circle. O'Neill retreats back to Williams. Looks at Elms. Knocks it away. Tomlinson found Paget. And Emerald do well. They should be able to exit defence. So here is Brodie Smith, who goes short to Alice Paget. Has Tomlinson. Goes for her. Puts him inside the attacking third. Mac Fox, did you get contact? No, umpire calls him to go. Tomlinson, little look away. Lateral pass was a good one. Worked out pretty well there on that occasion. To Simonson. Fox. Tomlinson. Ball goes out of play. So it comes back into the hands of Mac Fox. Wants to go back to Tomlinson. That's where she goes. And it faked the pass and then found Woodrow. So Stacey Woodrow with an early opportunity to convert, and she does. So she's had a good start to this game. Comes back to Tomlinson in the centre. So 3 goals to 2 reads the scoreboard. Paget. Tomlinson waits and waits, then comes back to Simonson. Anson did well, found Fox, and then she goes to Woodrow. And Stacey Woodrow with an early opportunity and eventually converts and gets back out to a 2 goal difference. So Emerald with an early break in the match of the round. Williams goes short for the moment, comes to Miles. Miles retreats for the moment to Crowley, comes back to Miles. She'll go back to Crowley. Crowley short to Williams. Did that pretty well. Elms wanted O'Neill. So I'll come back to Brodie Smith, who just goes short to Simonson. Simonson finds Tomlinson, goes out wide to Paget, right on her measure. Fox retreats back to Paget. Anson, Simonson, Tomlinson, a little bit off balance, but eventually feeds to Woodrow. Now Mac Fox hasn't troubled the scorers just yet today, but here's her opportunity. And good work by the Gembrook defence, although they can't complete the job. Mac Fox will get another look at goal. Or maybe Woodrow. No, they do well here, the Brookers. They force the interception. Crowley gets them moving out of defence. Knocked away on that occasion there by Bianca Nagel. They've done this pretty well. Gembrook Cockatoo a bit chaotic, but they get themselves into the attacking circle. And Elms, who started this game pretty well, has another look at goal. Misses, but O'Neill collects on the other side, and Briley O'Neill converts and gets it back to a 1-goal difference. So they're up for the fight here, Gembrook Cockatoo. Mac Fox, Anson, Tomlinson, knocked away by Nagel, but sorry, Crowley in fact, but couldn't do it legally. Fox. Williams did well. Came in to affect it. Mac Fox. Tomlinson. Doing it pretty well. Anson. Here is Woodrow. And Stacey Woodrow converts. There we go. And they get it back out to a 2-goal difference. So this is a good start here for Emerald. 3 goals to 5. And Miles just couldn't collect it cleanly. She's in between a couple of Emerald players. It probably wasn't the most favourable pass. Simonson over the top to Paget. Collected that one nicely. Woodrow gets up the court. Goes back to Tomlinson. She goes back to Woodrow. Tomlinson looks to feed to Mac Fox and then puts a bit too much on it. Flies over the head of Stacey Woodrow, and Gembrook Cockatoo with a reprieve in defence. Lesky. Short to Nagel, comes back to Lesky. Crowley now is involved. Lesky again too. Here is Briley O'Neill. Long drive is a good one to Mary Miles. She comes back to Williams. Short one to Elms. So Elms. O'Neill. Brady Smith with a good 1-on-1 victory there against O'Neill. She goes out wide to Tomlinson. Could have gone short to Paget. Long drive is a good one. Finds Simonson. Simonson comes back to Paget. She goes back to Smith. Paget again is involved. Through the middle of the court they go, and she gets it to Anson. Anson. Good long pass, and that worked out beautifully to Tomlinson. Here is Fox. And Mac Fox can line up the goals. No, she'll just chip it off to Woodrow, and Stacey Woodrow converts and gets it out to a 3-goal difference. So really getting a bit of a break now of the Bombers. Tomlinson. Short pass, good one. Comes back to Tomlinson, got it from Anson. Woodrow to make it 4 goals the difference. Doesn't convert with the first opportunity. Maybe the second. Yep, she's got it. There we go. 4 goals the difference now for the Bombers. 7 goals to 3. This is a good start in the match of the round. So it comes out wide. O'Neill. Interesting pass. Can Williams keep it in play? Yes, she can, but Simonson was right there to mop it up. And the Bombers now on the counter-attack. Paget got it from Tomlinson. Long drive finds Mac Fox. Can she get it to Woodrow? Yes, she can. And Stacey Woodrow can line up the goals and potentially make this a 5-goal difference. And she does. There we go. 8 goals to 3, and the Bombers really on a roll now. Tomlinson has the centre pass. So they can continue to press here, Emerald. Tomlinson comes back to Paget. Tomlinson again is involved. So too Mac Fox. Paget. Short one to Anson. Out wide to Fox and Woodrow. Oh, unfortunate. Lesky nearly cut it off, but she tapped it into the post. It rebounded straight to Woodrow. She converts. It's now a 6-goal difference for Emerald. They're really starting to run away with it early. After a good start from Gembrook Cockatoo. Crowley with a long one, but straight into the hands of Brady Smith. She goes short to Paget. So again, the Bombers on the counter-attack. Long drive finds its way to Anson. Has to come back to Brady Smith. Short one to Paget. Paget, Tomlinson, Anson, over the top to Mac Fox. Out to Woodrow. Woodrow calls for it, but it'll come to Mac Fox, who's looked to feed to Woodrow for most of the day, but she lines up the goals on this occasion and converts. So Mac Fox is on the board in the match of the round, and she extends the margin to 7 goals for Emerald. Anson back to Paget. Long one to Fox, short one to Anson. Lateral pass and centres the ball to Tomlinson. Woodrow, Tomlinson. And Fox, good strong hands. Can make this a 8-goal difference if she converts. And no, they're not going to make it an 8-goal difference just yet, or Emerald. But just as we say that, the Brookers have coughed it up. Tomlinson could have gone short to Fox, but she wanted to go longer to Woodrow. They've muddled this up a little bit of Emerald, but they might still make it work. Mac Fox decides not to line up the goals. Anson does well. It's a good feed to Woodrow. Just found a bit of room out wide, and Lesky just couldn't affect that shot at goal legally. So Stacey Woodrow's been pretty early on in this game. Can make this an 8-goal difference. And she does, 3 goals to 11. So Williams, Paget did beautifully, affected it, didn't give away contact. Fox with a short one to Tomlinson. It was affected by Crowley, but the Bombers end up with ball in hand. Once again, Simonson short to Paget, who finds Tomlinson. Tomlinson onto Fox, back to Tomlinson. Here is Woodrow again. Finds a spot she prefers. And Stacey Woodrow, just a little bit shallow with that shot at goal. She'll track it back. Good feed to Fox, but comes back to Anson. Now Mac Fox is involved. And Mac Fox offline, but Woodrow gets another look, and she does convert on this occasion and makes it a 9-goal difference. 8 goals according to the scoreboard. Fox, Tomlinson, comes back to Paget, finds Anson. Fox, Tomlinson did well. Anson again is involved. Woodrow did well to keep it in play. And this should make it a 9-goal difference, and it does. So really hard to stop now, Emerald. They've really found their groove. Miles. Williams did well to O'Neill. Smith got the hand in, but just couldn't take it cleanly. So the Brookers can continue to press and attack. Mary Miles. Who can she find? Who can she make this one work to? No, she's turned it straight over. It's a beautiful interception by Simonson, who found Anson, who goes short to Fox. Fox comes back to Paget. Paget. Anson. Fox, and she goes over the top to Woodrow, who's really starting to gain some ascendancy over the Gembrook defenders, and she converts another opportunity and makes it a 10-goal difference, 13 goals to 3. And the Bombers starting to make a bit of a statement here, again proving why they are one of the strong contenders this season, 2025. Long drive is a good one. Woodrow couldn't take it cleanly, but it won't matter. Contact was given away by Lesky. Anson eventually gets it under her control, and Woodrow again with another look at goal, and she converts. 11 goals the difference now, 14 goals to 3. Nearly affected by Tomlinson, but Miles eventually gets it under her control. Here is Crowley. Crowley inboard to O'Neill, comes back to O'Neill, finds Elms. And Jess Elms doesn't convert, and Bridie Smith, brilliant. Had a really good game of defence so far. Tomlinson did incredibly well in between a couple of Gembrook attackers. Now they're inside the attacking third. Here is Fox. Anson. Short to Woodrow. Woodrow went to feed to Mac Fox. It was a look-away pass, and probably should have looked where Mac Fox was because she completely missed her. So a reprieve for the Gembrook defence. Given the current margin, though, not a big issue just yet for Emerald, but could come back to haunt them if the Brookers do start to pile on a couple of goals. Long drive is a good one to Miles, who did well to find Elms. Comes back to Mary Miles, who got a bit of contact. Williams, inboard. Miles really good in that passage of play, and Broly O'Neill lines him up but doesn't convert. Nels Paget gathers the rebound cleanly. Anson, long drive, flies over the head of Mac Fox. Can she keep it in play? No, she can't. Lesky, short one to Nagel. Williams waits and then comes back to Lesky. Lesky looked at Crowley, but then went further ahead to Williams. Long drive into the hands of Mary Miles, and beautifully done. Elms gets out the back and she converts. And a really good goal there for Gembrook Cockatoo. Quick ball movement. And they get one back, so it's back to 11 goals the difference. Tomlinson. Paget, Tomlinson. Has Anson, but goes longer to Fox. Fox. Short pass, good one, and eventually comes into the hands of Mac Fox, who can make this a 12-goal difference, and she does. 16 goals to 4. Long drive, good one. And doesn't convert. So Crowley receives from Lesky, and Woodrow did really well, got the hand in. The ball falls into the hands of Tomlinson. Here is Mac Fox. Comes back to Tomlinson. Anson's all on her own, but she'll go short to Woodrow. Stacey Woodrow, so Fox is being double teamed, so she won't go for her. Tomlinson again feeds to Woodrow, then feeds to Fox. This to make it a 14-goal difference, 18 goals to 4. And the Bombers really running away with this game. Quarter time not too far away, and they'll be pretty happy with this start. Here is Stacey Woodrow out the back. This to make it a 15-goal difference. Nagel taken out of the contest, and Woodrow just a bit shallow with that shot at goal. Gets a second opportunity, and that will be quarter time. That goal will not count. So 18 goals to 4 is the score at the end of the first quarter, and the Rochville Wines match the round between Gembrook, Cockatoo and Emerald. We'll head off to a short break for quarter time. When we come back, we'll bring you all the action from the second quarter. Between Gembrook, Cockatoo and Emerald, and as it stands, the scoreboard reads 18 goals to 4 the way of the Bombers. So it's Rachel Williams with the centre pass. We are underway in the second quarter, as the Brookers look to press inside their attacking third. Crowley, long drive, good one. So they've worked this out pretty well. Briley O'Neill busy early in the second quarter. She will get a look at goal, and eventually drops for her. She converts, and the Brookers get the first goal of the second quarter. So good response. Fox out wide over the top. It's a good one to Anson, who finds Woodrow. And they can get the instant response here, the Bombers, and they do. So 19 goals to 5. So a pretty quick start to the second quarter for both teams. It's back in the middle once again. The Bombers breaking early, so here's another opportunity for Gembrook Cockatoo, who definitely need to pile on some goals early in the second quarter to get themselves back into the contest. Crowley, Williams was knocked away from her. Miles eventually was on the same page with Williams. Didn't initially know the pass was coming away, but she made it work. Here's an early look at goals. That gonna... No, it's not. And Emerald on the counter attack. Mac Fox finds herself on the end of this one. Comes in board to Alice Paget. Paget. Anson. Fox. Back to Anson. Fox again is involved. Can go over the top to Woodrow and eventually finds it. And Stacey Woodrow did well. Converts the goal, and once again the Bombers can just work this one around. So once again, the Brookers look to come out of defence. Williams laterally, good one to Lesky. Eventually finds Nagel. Miles comes out wide, and will this be cut off? No. Mary Miles did really well. That's a good feed to O'Neill. And she does convert. So once again, the Brookers out of defence. Long drive straight into the hands of Brody Smith. And the Bombers can counter-attack. Comes in board to Paget. She finds Anson. Anson will go back to Paget. Paget looks around. Short one. Anson, but she's turned it straight over. It's now Gembrook Cockatoo on the counter-attack. Good long drive. Miles looks around. Comes back. Williams wants Miles. Gets it to her. Miles. Can she find O'Neill? That shot at goal not going to work out, so the Bombers can go back the other way. Long drive, good one. Fox will come back to Paget. Paget could go short to Anson. Not going to do that. She'll find Tomlinson instead. Here is Woodrow. Woodrow out wide. Anson will have to track it back. Eventually gets it under her control. Fox, Woodrow couldn't collect it in the one hand. So they're offline. Might eventually work out. Nagel eventually got it under her control. She'll go laterally. Crowley was a tricky one to handle, but eventually she made it work. Mary Miles. Paget comes in. Knocks it out of play. Williams. Williams again is involved. Here is Miles. Miles. No, it's going to come back the other way. Simonson waits. Up the court to Fox, that's a good one. Tomlinson. Doing pretty well on that occasion. Here is Stacey Woodrow once again. And Woodrow converts another opportunity, so 6 goals to 21 it is now. Fox gets it from Tomlinson. Tomlinson back to Paget. So they continue to work it around here. Do Emerald. Fox over the top to Woodrow, who can make this a 16-goal difference, and she does. And they just continue to pile on the goals here to Emerald. So it's back in the centre once again. Williams with a centre pass. Just gets it over the head of Tomlinson. Comes into the hands of Mary Miles. Miles waits and waits, comes inboard. So the Brookers continue to work it around. And early opportunity at goal for O'Neill in the second quarter. Unable to convert. Long drive here is Mac Fox. Comes inboard. It's knocked away, and that's probably not going to work out for them. And here is Mac Fox to potentially make this a 17-goal difference. And Mac Fox makes no mistake, 6 goals to 23. So Gembrook Cockatoo continued to press Fox. Got it from Tomlinson. Anson wasn't on the same page, but eventually she got there. Tomlinson, Woodrow. Won't have a shot at goal. Comes back to Tomlinson. Tomlinson finds Fox. And she's about to make this an 18-goal difference, and she does. So things just going bad from worse here for Gembrook Cockatoo. Williams out of the centre. Through the hands of Mary Miles and straight into the hands of Taylor Simonson. Tomlinson wastes no time. Eventually Mac Fox gets it under her control. High up and under ball is a good one. Anson finds Woodrow, and Stacey Woodrow makes it a 19-goal difference. And this is really becoming more troublesome for Gembrook Cockatoo. Fox did well. Finds Woodrow. And Woodrow's done that pretty well. 20 goals the difference it is at the moment. Miles waits around, lateral pass. Lesky comes back. Lesky, short one. Williams. So still with Gembrook Cockatoo for the moment. And here is Broly O'Neill to get one back for the Brookers, and she makes no mistake. So back it comes. So they continue to work this ball around. Do the Brookers, Anson over the top to Fox. Tomlinson. Fox, here we go. Can get this back to a 20-goal difference, and she makes no mistake, 7 goals to 27. So once again, Williams in the centre. Goes back to Crowley. Miles eventually gets on the end of it, looking for O'Neill. Smith to the front, and she did well enough to affect it. Simonson gets the ball under her control. Smith again is involved. She looked at Paget, but goes much longer to Taylor Simonson, who gets them moving into the attacking third to Mac Fox. She finds Anson. Woodrow got front spot on Delaney. And this to potentially make it a 21-goal difference. And there we go. Stacey Woodrow does just that. 28 goals to 7 now. So again, back in that attacking third are the Bombers. Anson to Woodrow. Said that a few times today. Tomlinson wasn't really too sure where to go. Eventually Mac Fox was the option she decided to go for. Fox again calls for it. Doesn't want to line up the goals. Knocked out a play by Williams, so this will stay with Emerald. So Mac Fox, how does she go about this? Comes back to Anson. Anson. Fox, offline. So a rare mistake from the Bombers. Opportunity for Delaney out of defence to Nagel. Back to Delaney. Crowley. Nagel called for stepping. So the Bombers, long drive. It's a good one to Woodrow, who makes it a 22-goal difference, 29 goals to 7. So Williams waited a couple of moments, found Nagel. Nagel gets it back from Lesky. Lesky back to Crowley. Williams out wide to O'Neill. O'Neill, Williams spilled it momentarily, but got it back under her control. High up and under ball. Miles got contact from Paget. So Mary Miles out wide. Here is Lesky. Lesky, little underground one, and it works out to O'Neill, who gets a look at goal, and that's not going to work. And Simonson, nice and clean off the rebound. A long drive is a good run from Tomlinson to Anson. She looked at Fox, but decided to go laterally to Paget. Crowley came in to affect the pass, but nothing really working at the moment for Gembrook Cockatoo. Tomlinson short to Woodrow. She'll go back to Woodrow. They can make this a 23-goal difference here if Woodrow in fact shoots truly, and she does. 7 goals to 30. Tomlinson again with a centre pass. Fox. Tomlinson spilled it, but it won't matter. She'll go back to Paget. She'll go back to Tomlinson. Laterally to Anson. Here is Mac Fox. Woodrow. Delaney to the front and came off the hands of Woodrow, said the umpire. So here's an opportunity for Gembrook Cockatoo to counter-attack. Williams. Got it from Crowley. Delaney. Tomlinson nearly cut it off, but the Brookers still with ball in hand for the moment. Mary Miles. Long drive to Lesky. Is it no? And O'Neill, in fact, comes back to Miles. Lesky can go short. No, over the top. And that was really clever by Lesky. O'Neill found room out the back. And more importantly, she converts the goal and gets one back for the Brookers. Miles. Lesky. Miles again. Front spot O'Neill. Comes back to Williams. Lesky. Can they get back-to-back goals here? The Brookers. Lesky spilled it. Won't matter. She's got it back under her control again. And now an opportunity at goal for Jordan Lesky. No, she'll feed to O'Neill. So Briley O'Neill, the leading goal scorer for Gembrook Cockatoo this season, doesn't convert that opportunity, and Smith did really well. So now the Bombers again on the counter-attack. Alice Paget. Here is Anson. Long one to Fox. Fox will go back to Anson. Looked at Woodrow, decided against it. Paget. Williams taken out of it. And Fox will get it over the back. Beautifully collected in the one hand, and Mac Fox converts. Back to 23 goals the difference, 31 goals to 8. And the Bombers just have not missed a beat today. Long drive, good one. Woodrow comes back, and there we go. Nicely done. So Mac Fox will convert and make it a 24-goal difference. And they've just been so clean out of their centre passes today, have the Bombers. Everyone just on the same page. Lesky, long drive to Miles. Can she find O'Neill? Comes to Williams. O'Neill has ball in hand, but a bit too far out to score. Lesky with front position on Simonson. Short feed is a good one to O'Neill. And eventually Briley O'Neill gets one back for the Brookers. So 32 goals to 9. Into the hands of Anson. Paget. Tomlinson did well, got herself into a good spot. Comes back to Tomlinson. Out wide to Anson. Tomlinson again. Nagel gets a hand in. So they can repel the initial attack from Emerald. Tomlinson. Fox. And Mac Fox. No, doesn't convert. Nagel did well, and they waste no time. The Brookers exiting there to offensive third, but they've turned it straight over. Paget onto Tomlinson. Mac Fox has got plenty of room to work with, although Tomlinson decided against it. Eventually, Woodrow goes for it, and Mac Fox converts and gets it back to a 24-goal difference. Interesting decision there by Tomlinson not to go for Mac Fox, but given all her experience, I won't question her methods. Lesky, back to Williams. Crowley. Williams, Miles, too much on the pass there to Jordan Lesky. And again, the Bombers can counter-attack. Woodrow, oh, sorry, not Woodrow, in fact, it was Brady Smith. Smith, back to Simonson, short to Tomlinson, laterally to Paget, and then she'll go back to Tomlinson. Here is Woodrow. Mac Fox double-teamed, but she's going to get it anyway. And Mac Fox makes no mistake. She makes it a 25-goal difference now, 9 goals to 34. This has just been a dominant display from Emerald in this first half. And here is Stacey Woodrow, who can make this a 26-goal difference, but no, she's offline. So the Brookers can rebound. Nagel, Williams, Crowley. Williams collected that one nicely, waits a couple of moments, and they've coughed it up again of Gembrook Cockatoo. So here's an opportunity again for the Bombers to go right back inside their attacking third. Goes out wide. Tomlinson, short to Woodrow. And here is Mac Fox. Comes back to Anson. Fox might line him up this time. No, Tomlinson, and through the hands of Fox. Woodrow. Won't line them up. Woodrow this time converts 9 goals to 35. Knocked away from Lesky. Miles collected it cleanly. Crowley, Miles, laterally to Lesky. Here is Williams. And Jordan Lesky lines them up. Won't convert. O'Neill, can she keep it in play? Yes, she can. Looks around. Up and under ball. Lesky gets it under her control. Has another look at the goals, and this time she does convert, and Lesky gets one back for the Gembrook Cockatoo. Anson, Tomlinson. Woodrow, Tomlinson, Anson. Good feed to Mac Fox, who's getting a bit more busy in front of goal in this second quarter, and she's got another one back to 26 goals the difference, so 36 goals to 10. The way of the Bombers. And that is half-time in the Rochville Wines match of the round. And the Brookers extend their quarter-time margin out to 26 goals. It is 36 to 10. The way of Emerald. We'll head off to our half-time break. So welcome back to Gembrook Recreation Reserve for Rochville Wines match of the round action, round 12. Between Gembrook Cockatoo and Emerald. And the Bombers wasting absolutely no time to open their account in the second half. And the Brookers turning it over, so it's a 27-goal difference at the moment. Bombers with an early goal. 37 goals to 10, so Alice Paget. Tomlinson, who's moved into wing attack. Anson. Tomlinson, here is Mac Fox. And Mac Fox converts. Comes out wide. Tomlinson. Fox up ahead. Decides against that for the moment. But here is Mac Fox now. Can make this a 29-goal difference, and she makes no mistake. And the Bombers out of the blocks very quickly in this second half. 29 goals is the difference. Williams. Back to Nagel. Crowley. O'Neill. Doing that pretty well as they work it around to the Brookers. O'Neill again is involved, and here is Elms, who can get one back for Gembrook Cockatoo, and she does that pretty well. 11 goals to 39. Tomlinson. Into the hands now of Crowley. Crowley. Long drive up the court here. Crowley again is involved. So they work it around. O'Neill. Here we go, beautiful interception. Crowley doing a good job. And call for stepping. So they work it around here for the Bombers. Anderson. Comes back to Anson, Tomlinson, Fox. And Mac Fox converts another opportunity. 29 goals the difference, 11 goals to 40. And Mary Miles with a chance in the centre. Goes out wide to O'Neill, back to Miles, short one again to O'Neill, knocked away, and ball triggers out of play. So Rhodes Anderson onto the court for the first time as well for Emerald. Elms, who's looked the most likely of the Gembrook shooters, and she converts that opportunity. 12 goals to 40. Tomlinson comes back to Paget. Anson, Tomlinson. Fox looks for Anson, who'll get a early look at goal here, and she converts. 12 goals to 41. So Mary Miles, Crowley. Long drive, Rhodes Anderson, beautifully done. Into the hands of Alice Paget. Tomlinson wastes no time. Anson gets up the court. Paget did really well. Anderson, inboard. Tomlinson wanted Fox, but goes short to Anson. And Anson gets a look at goal, and she converts and makes it a 30-goal difference. 12 goals to 42. Paget Could have gone back to Anderson, but goes longer to Fox. And here is Anson, who's looking really good here, and it makes it a 31 goal difference, 43 goals to 12. Miles knocked away. Here's an opportunity. Tomlinson, long drive is a good one. Anson, Fox over the back. Here we go. Mac Fox can make this a 32 goal difference, and she does. 44 goals to 12. So they work it around. Long drive, good one. Fox. And there we go. Miles. Laterally. Long drive. Paget forces the turnover. So again, Embleton on the counter attack here. Anson will go short to Anderson. She can go to Fox. Mac Fox makes it a 33 goal difference. Oh, sorry, 34 goal difference in... No, 33 goal. I've no idea what's going on over at the score table, to be perfectly honest. 34 goals it is. 46 goals to 12. Anderson, Fox. They work it around Anderson to Tomlinson. The Gembrook defence holding up pretty well here, but Fox eventually finds a spot she likes, and she can make this a 35 goal difference, and she does. 47 goals to 12. Mary Miles in the centre. Nay, oh, beautifully done by Alice Paget. Forces the turnover. Anson, Mac Fox over the back. And makes it a 36 goal difference, 48 goals to 12. And they're looking very dangerous here, are Emerald. Anson, Fox. Make it 37 goals a difference, 49 goals to 12. Miles. Short one, good one. Here we go, another interception, is it? No, Simonson just giving away contact. Nagel. Short one to Crowley. Long drive to O'Neill. Waits and waits. Here is Elms. O'Neill. Converts, there we go. Gets one back for Gembrook Cockatoo. 49 goals to 13. Tomlinson. Good one. Here is Mac Fox. Can make this a 37 goal difference. Doesn't convert though. Lesky forces the turnover. And they're on the counter attack though. Nagel unable to take it cleanly. So once again, the Bombers on the counter attack. And here is Mac Fox. Can convert and make it a 37 goal difference. Again, 50 goals to 13. Miles. Back to Crowley. Crowley, long drive. O'Neill collected it beautifully. Delaney makes it work. Elms doesn't convert. Maybe O'Neill can. Yep, gets back to 36 goals the difference, and Williams comes back onto centre. So pretty short stint there for Mary Miles. Is that an interception? Yes, it is eventually for the Brookers. Williams gets busy. Delaney comes back to Williams. Here is O'Neill. Finds Williams. Goes all the way across, through the hands. O'Neill steps up to the plate. Can she get one back for Gembrook Cockatoo? She can. Back-to-back goals for the Brookers, who've just found a good bit of rhythm here. 50 goals to 15. O'Neill goes out wide. And call for stepping. There we go. So they work it around. Crowley gets her moving out of defence. O'Neill comes back. Long drive, Elms. It's going to fly over her head. Rhodes Anderson to Paget. Anderson, so over the head. Eventually it'll work out for Tomlinson. Cleverly ensured that it didn't go over the third. And here is Fox. bit indecisive, Mac Fox, but eventually finds the spot she likes and gets it back to a 36 goal difference, 51 to 15. Is there contact there? Yes, there was. So Anderson could go back to Anson, but go short to Tomlinson. Tomlinson. Fox happy to let it go out of play. Came off the Gembrook defender's hand. So Patrick comes off. And good pass. Here is Mac Fox, who can make this a 37 goal difference, and she does, 52 goals to 15. So it goes out wide. Short one, good one. Crowley, O'Neill, Delaney. Delaney again, long drive, good one. O'Neill gets it under her control eventually. Can she get it to Elms? Yes, she can. And Elms converts, gets it back to 36 goal difference, 52 goals to 16. Anderson, Tomlinson, Anson, back to Tomlinson. Anderson to Anson. Can push it back out to a 37 goal difference, decides against that for the moment. And Mac Fox lines them up. And again, 37 goals the difference, 53 goals to 16. Delaney, back to Nagel. Nagel again is involved. Long drive inside the attacking third. Delaney onto O'Neill. Works it around. Good long pass. Works out to Williams. Here is O'Neill. And gets one back again for the Brookers. 53 goals to 17. So out of the centre go the Bombers. Tomlinson. Long drive inside of that attacking goal circle. Fox. And a rare mistake here from Emerald. So Les can get the moving out of defence. She's completely missed with the pass though. Simonson over the top, nicely done to Anderson. Anson across to Fox, and here's another goal for Emerald. Again, back to 37 goals the difference. 54 to 17. Delaney inboard to Nagel, back to Delaney. Nagel again, couple of 1-2 passes. Elms is now involved, comes back. Elms looks for O'Neill, it's a good feed. Got contact from Simonson anyway. So she can get one back here, won't convert. And ball out of play for the moment. So they can work it around here, the Bombers. Anderson through hands, but it should still work to Tomlinson. She's got it back now as well. Anderson, Fox spills it. So Leski out of defence to Crowley, across to Nagel, back to Crowley, will go short. Works out in the end of Williams. Crowley again is involved. Goes across. Long drive, O'Neill, got up at the right time. Waits and waits, comes back inboard, and they've turned it over. And Emerald with plenty of representation ahead of the ball. Here is Tomlinson, will get it to Mac Fox. He probably could line them up from here. No. So a reprieve for Gembrook Cockatoo in defence, but they've turned it straight over. Fox will go back to Tomlinson. Could have gone short. Decided to go out wide, though, to Anderson. Here is Mac Fox, and she's got it. There we go. Tomlinson. Through hands, and Gembrook Cockatoo will force a turnover. Williams. Crowley. Delaney did well. Nagel. That works out pretty well in the end. They can try and press up the court, but nothing forthcoming for the moment. Through hands, Williams, good one to O'Neill. And Briley O'Neill won't convert Elms. Did really well off the rebound, doesn't convert Simonson. Nicely done, and Emerald connects to their defensive third. It comes back to Simonson, gets them moving up the court to Tomlinson. They'll go inside the attacking third here. Tomlinson over the top, and it works out well to Anderson. Anderson, here is Fox, who finds yet another goal, Mac Fox, and continues to stretch this margin for Emerald. Lateral pass is a good one. Nagel, beautifully done. Delaney comes back to Nagel, looks around. And they'll get one over the back here. Elms lines them up, and she converts. So Anderson out to Tomlinson. Tomlinson over the top, back to Anderson. Anson maybe. No, beautifully done by Leskies. A couple of good moments in the second quarter. Crowley, long drive up the court, finds Williams. She'll find O'Neill. O'Neill could go back to Williams. It goes longer to Delaney. O'Neill, Elms. O'Neill. And Briley O'Neill does not convert. And that will do us for three-quarter time here in the Rochford Wines match of the round. Emerald well and truly. 19 goals to 55 reads the scoreboard. 36 goal difference for Emerald. O'Neill comes back to Crowley. Miles, can she keep it in play? Knocked out for the moment by Smith, who's come back into the court for the final quarter. There we go. Anson comes back. Smith gets the moving out of defence. Good one. Finds Fox. Fox over the top to Anson. Has Woodrow. Will go short to Fox though. Woodrow. And she converts. 37 goals the difference. 56 to 19. So kept in play it was, but it won't matter because Emerald on the counter attack. Mac Fox has got it. Eventually gets it under control. Goes back to Anson. Fox should make this a 38 goal difference, and she does. 57 goals to 19. They continue to pile it onto the Bombers. Miles comes back. Did well. Nagel waits and waits. Long drive is a good one to O'Neill. And here is Briley O'Neill. Can get one back for Gembrook Cockatoo, and she does. So 20 goals to 57. Tomlinson, Fox. Back to Mac Fox, couple of 1-2 passes, and here we go. So continuing to work it around. Nagel puts him inside the attacking third as it trickle out of play. Tomlinson to Fox. Couple of 1-2 passes, and Mac Fox gets one back again for Emerald. So 58 goals now with the Bombers. Miles. O'Neill comes back to Nagel. Miles. Good one. Miles, a couple of 1-2 passes. Maybe an opportunity for Delaney, who's moved into the goals. Won't convert. And now, once again, the Bombers are on the counter-attack. Rhodes Anderson goes back to Anson, who finds Paget. Long drive to Mac Fox. Inboard to Tomlinson, who's played wing attack for the entirety of this second half. Nagel did well. Front spot on Woodrow. And again, the Brookers can counter. Miles. O'Neill. Waits and waits. Mary Miles again over the top. Beautifully done. Delaney converts, gets one back. Tomlinson. Couple of 1-2 passes. Here is Stacey Woodrow. And Mac Fox, and she converts. 21 goals to 59. Over the top here is Paget. Long wonder. Tomlinson a little bit too long in the end as well. Nagel. Lesky. Crowley. They're all involved, and ball finds its way out of play. Nagel goes short. Comes back inboard for the moment. O'Neill did well. They might have turned it over though. So back it goes, Miles. Looks at goal and misses everything. So they go out wide. Go across. Maybe an opportunity here for Gembrook Cockatoo if O'Neill can convert, and she does. 22 goals to 59. Anson, Tomlinson, Woodrow, Nagel. Had some good moments in this last quarter. Fox, Tomlinson. Crowley just giving away a bit of contact. And Nagel again. Good one-on-one win there against Woodrow. Lesky, Nagel, Crowley. Oh, sorry, not Crowley. In fact, that was Williams. And called for stepping. So the Bombers should be able to score here. Woodrow, Fox. No, Woodrow again. And Stacey Woodrow converts. So 22 goals to 60 it is. 38 goals the difference away. Emerald Tomlinson knocked it away, but it still fell for Miles. Crowley, Miles. Has O'Neill. Decides against that for the moment. Goes back to Crowley. Crowley does go to O'Neill. She'll go short to Williams. Miles. Maybe for Delaney. It's going to stay with Gembrook Cockatoo for the moment. So back it comes. Little underground feed, nearly stolen by Smith, but unable to finish it off. Tomlinson, over the top, beautifully done. Tomlinson looks around and finds Woodrow, who can get this back to a 38 goal difference, and she does. 61 goals to 23. Williams, Miles to O'Neill, and errant pass and falls straight into the lap of Brody Smith, who goes to Paget. Anson gets them moving quickly. Tomlinson, Fox, back to Tomlinson, looks at Woodrow, but did well. Waited for Mac Fox to get into a good spot, and she'll make this a 39 goal difference, 62 goals to 23. So it'll go over the top. So they wait. Woodrow, or maybe Mac Fox. Stacey Woodrow once again steps up to the plate and converts and makes it a 40 goal difference, 63 goals to 23. Kate Anderson comes back onto the court. So Tomlinson going to have a rest. Now an opportunity for Kate Elms. Briley O'Neill gets one. There we go. So they get one back to Gembrook Cockatoo. 63 goals. Or 62 goals, sorry, in fact, to 24. Yeah, there we go. Mac Fox again. Having a really good day. 63 goals to 24. Nagel, Miles, back to Nagel, back to Miles, Elms. Over the top, beautifully done to Williams, looking for O'Neill, but Brody Smith, good intercept work. Just escorts it out of play for the moment. O'Neill, good one. And they move it out wide. Opportunity now. Well, it's same play, no, Lesky. Good one, Crowley. Fan Williams, it'll go back to Crowley. Elms. O'Neill. Got it. There we go. So showing a bit of resistance in this last quarter, Gembrook Cockatoo. A little bit too little too late, but good to see they haven't thrown the towel in. Paget. Anderson. Anson, who's been really good in this second half. And now Stacey Woodrow. Won't convert. There we go. Back to 39 goals the difference again, 64 to 25. So they work it around. Elms, Miles, and O'Neill gets another goal, 64 to 26. Looks like Krista Tomlinson is about to come back on, and she'll come back into the centre. Paget, Fox, inboard, beautifully done to Anderson, comes back to Fox. And, oh, Mac Fox. Wasn't quite expecting that feed from Woodrow, but she made it work anyway. And gets it back to 39 goals, a difference, 65 to 26 as Tomlinson comes back onto the court. So she will see out the game. Williams, and that's not going to work out. As I get myself involved for the first time in the game. Took a while, but there we go. Paget. Tomlinson, beautifully done. Woodrow can make this an even 40-goal difference. Fox kept it in, beautifully done by Mac Fox, and Stacey Woodrow gets another look. And this time converts 66 goals to 26. An even 40-goal difference for the Bombers. Tomlinson. Good one. Mac Fox over the top. Beautifully done to Woodrow. And she can make this 41 goals the difference. And she does. 67-26. And I've accidentally hip and shouldered our cameraman, Al. He's not happy about it. And rightly so, too. Sorry, Al. I got a little bit too excited there. I just need to temper myself. I've had 4 coffees this morning. It's giving me the jitters. Anyway, out we go. Nice collection by Williams and Briley O'Neill. Been really good in this last quarter, and she finds another goal. 67 to 27. Tomlinson. So maybe Gembrook Cockatoo can get back-to-back goals. Miles collects it cleanly. O'Neill, got it, there we go. Well done, Briley O'Neill. So ball triggers out of play. Brodie Smith. Smith. Good one. Fox. Back to Anderson. Woodrow. Mac Fox. No, she'll go back to Woodrow. And there we go. 68 goals to 28. Back to a 40-goal difference for Emerald. Krista Tomlinson again with centre pass duties. So they just work it around to Emerald. Fox, Tomlinson, beautifully done. And Mac Fox has got it. 69 goals to 28. Nicely done, knocked away by Alice Paget. Ball works its way around Anderson. Tomlinson, beautifully done. Here is Mac Fox. And she'll make it a 42-goal difference, 70 goals to 28. Tomlinson. Comes in, ball beautifully intercepted though. And Mac Fox has got it. 43 goals the difference. New biggest lead of the game, 71 goals to 28. So this is really good for Emerald. Get their percentage, because they do have Monbok breathing down their necks. They do play Wandon today, so that'll be an interesting game to keep a bit of an eye on. See if the Hawks can force a bit of an upset. But anyway, Emerald again look to go into attack, and that's not going to work for them. So they've coughed it up. Lesky, short, goes back to Crowley. Williams, Crowley again is involved. Mary Miles, will she go short to Elms? Yes, she will. Elms looks for O'Neill. Stolen, though, on the Bombers. On the counter-attack. Momentarily, though, because they've turned it over again. So it's a bit of game of tennis at the moment. Ball just going back and forth, and here's an opportunity for Briley O'Neill if she can convert. Has a look, and got it. Well done, Briley O'Neill. 42 goals the difference, 71 to 29. So Tomlinson, again with centre pass duties, comes back to Alice Paget. Tomlinson wanted to go long to Fox, decided against it. She went back to Paget, then she goes to Tomlinson. And beautifully done, Krista Tomlinson. No, Fox just wasn't happy with that spot. She finds something she likes now and converts. And again, back to a 43-goal difference. 72 goals to 29. So back it comes. Crowley did well. Goes back to Nagel, and that'll do us in the Rochford Wines. A match of the round here between Gembrook, Cockatoo and Emerald in a dominant display from the visitors.